In a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Joe Rogan and a guest delved into this latest discovery that has taken scientists by surprise. What is this discovery that just emerged on the Grand Canyon that terrifies scientists? And how will it impact what we already know or have learned about the Grand Canyon? Let's find out as we journey through this mind-blowing discovery together. Comedian and former television presenter Joe Rogan is famous for the Joe Rogan Experience, JRE show. From politics, philosophy, and science to pop culture and current events, Rogan discusses various topics with guests on the Joe Rogan Experience show. So it's no surprise that we learn of a terrific scientific discovery on the show. This recent discovery is coming from the bowels of the Grand Canyon, one of the largest national parks in the United States. The canyon is the pride of Arizona and the United States. It is 277 miles long, 18 miles wide, and bigger than the state of Rhode Island. Spread across 1,904 square miles, the position of the canyon provides tourists with a wide view of the Colorado River to the west. While these facts sound exciting, they are almost nothing compared to this latest unveiled discovery deep inside the mystic caves of the Grand Canyon. Would you be amazed if you learned that Egyptians once lived in Ohio? This was the revelation shared during a JRE episode. In an interview with African-American media personality Hotep Jesus, it became known that Europeans weren't the only explorers we had in ancient times. Ancient Egyptians had a knack for exploring the world that was known to them, and even that which was unknown, and one of their exploration journeys might have led them to modern-day Ohio. An article written by James L. Murphy for the Ohio Historical Society discusses H.K. Landis's description of a hollow brass hemisphere covered with Egyptian hieroglyph. The artifact hints at the possibility of the migration of some Egyptian explorers across the Nile River to North America. The relic has survived centuries since the ancient Egyptians' adventurous journey led them to Ohio. Although there have been some speculations about the authenticity of this hypothesis, it gives credence to the theory that ancient Egyptians once walked along the North American continent, not as enslaved people, but as explorers, checking to see what the continent held. The exploring Egyptians would have likely met with the original inhabitants of Ohio, namely the Erie, Kickapoo, and Shawnee peoples. Like most parts of human history, we don't have this meeting recorded anywhere. Nevertheless, we can be almost sure there was a cultural exchange between the different civilizations. Who knows, there might even have been intermarriages between the North Africans and the Native Americans. The discovery of Egyptians in Ohio, as made known on the JRE show, supports the terrific finding unearthed by scientists in the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is shrouded in many mysteries, and archaeologists have spent decades seeking to uncover answers to puzzling questions about the geological structure. Working with high-tech equipment, archaeologists have spent many years digging through the rocks of the Grand Canyon and searching through its caves. They finally came across a hidden chamber that bore witness to a discovery that changes our understanding of human civilization, something they never expected to find. The interior of the chamber was like an Egyptian-themed Hollywood film. The only difference was that this wasn't a movie set, but real life. As the archaeologists beamed their flashlights across the walls and floors of the chamber, they were taken back in time to ancient Egypt, with the relics staring back at them, waiting to be interpreted. Their excitement knew no bounds as they gazed at the centuries-old relics that spoke of an ancient civilization. Over a century before Joe Rogan took an interest in the Grand Canyon and decided to talk about it on the JRE show, former U.S. President Teddy Roosevelt had called the Grand Canyon one of the great natural wonders that every American should see. Roosevelt, an outdoorsman regarded as America's conservationist president, first visited the Grand Canyon in 1903. 5 years later, in 1908, Roosevelt proclaimed the Grand Canyon a national monument, thus improving the popularity of Arizona State. Roosevelt is one of the main reasons the Grand Canyon is considered a national treasure, and it has been conserved as the Grand Canyon National Park. It is the second most popular national park after the Great Smoky Mountains of North Carolina. It is also one of the most visited national parks in the United States, with an estimated 5.9 million visitors annually. The insides of the canyon would serve as a great location to make thrillers such as Escape Room. This is because the site is filled with an estimated 1,000 caves, yet only 355 have been recorded. Who knows what lies inside those unexplored caves? The mind-blowing relics discovered by archaeologists include an artifact of pure gold, a lotus flower that could only be found in ancient Egypt. Also, the design of the first cross-tunnel where these discoveries were made mirrored the shrines in Egypt's iconic Valley of the Kings. This confirms the idea that the Egyptian explorers replicated the architecture of their homeland when they moved to the canyon. However, the fun didn't stop there, as archaeologists also uncovered a golden tablet that can also be likened to a time machine. The tablet documented the arrival of King Zaphanath in the mythical land of Aslan and his exploits. The exploration hasn't stopped because archaeologists continue to explore deeper into the Grand Canyon and further investigate its depths. And we can trust Joe Rogan to share what they find on the Joe Rogan Experience show. Who knows what these scientists will come up with next? Extinct animal species, more hidden chambers that hold well-preserved ancient Egyptian rooms and their furniture, or a treasure cave filled with well-preserved gold and rubies from the Egyptian seafarers? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching this video till the end.